look at the High Score HS-20 Tournament Controller. This was put out by High Score out of Long Beach, California. This is a pretty cool little controller here. It weighs in at a whopping 2.5 pounds, so it's got some serious weight to it to keep it firmly planted on your desktop as you're playing your game. Unfortunately, it uses leaf switches for the joystick. I would have preferred micro switches. Leaf switches aren't that reliable and they tend to deform under heavy gameplay. So you gotta go back in there and try to adjust them with a pair of nose pliers or whatever. However, another nice feature about this joystick is it does have a tension adjustment. There's 4 screws back behind this joystick. You gotta take it apart. And you can actually adjust how tight this ball is to move around, make it nice and loose or really stiff. That's a nice little feature. Another nice thing it has is a port on the side to plug in an external controller. This would come in handy when you're playing the Colecovision and you want to use a keypad to start your game options or whatever like that when you're using this joystick. So that's a nice little feature. On the controller itself, we have, of course, our fire button. This is a auto fire indicator. When the switch is switched to Atari VCS mode right here, and you hold down the button on top of the little ball here, you can see the LED will flash, and you can adjust this knob here to control how fast or how slow the auto fire works. It's a neat little feature. It doesn't work in Colecovision mode, but it works really well in Atari 2600 mode. Of course, the switch I just flipped here, right now it's in Atari VCS mode. I'll flip it this way. Now we're in Colecovision mode. So this is fire button number 1, and this is fire button number 2. It's kind of neat. The top switch here is for a left-handed or right-handed play. So I got switched to the right, so I use the joystick with my right hand. If I flip this switch to the left hand, I can rotate the controller around. And now it becomes a left-handed play. So it changes the configuration of the contacts in here for the joystick for a left-handed player. That is a really neat feature to have on a joystick. Let's hook this thing up to an Atari, try out the auto fire feature, and see how this thing performs. Alright, let's see how it does with PacMan 4K on the Atari 2600. Well, the joystick responds fairly well. Surprisingly for the leaf switches. Whoa, no! It's cherries! Not bad. Not bad at all. Now let's try it on a game where we have to use the fire button. And we'll see how the auto fire works. Okay, we'll try it on Defender. Got to switch it to Atari VCS mode. Boom, 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 boom. Try the auto fire. Let's see, I'll crank it up. Oh. Oh, wow. Check it out. Super fire. What if they could hit me when I'm doing this? Let's see if I can get one to shoot at me. Holy moly. It's like the wand of death. Look at that. They can't hit me. I'm invincible. You cannot shoot me. Ha ha! Death to the aliens. Oh, that's too cool. That's a neat little feature. I like that auto fire button. The bad thing about the auto fire, though, is as you're holding it down and move the joystick around, because it's all leaf switches, the push down button kind of rotates a little bit as you're moving it around. It feels kind of strange on your thumb. Pretty cool, though, for the auto fire feature. Now let's try this on the Colecovision. See how it works on there. Okay. Got the Colecovision fired up. We're going to try it on PacMan on the Colecovision. I've got a controller plugged into the expansion port on the High Score HS20. So it's like number 1. Boop. And we'll see how the controller responds. Waka, 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 waka. Yeah, just like in the Atari. Responds really well. Not bad at all. Now, when I got it in Coleco mode, I can't use the auto fire button, but the button on top of the ball becomes a second fire button for the 2-button games on the Colecovision. So let's try out a 2-button game on the Colecovision and see how that works out. Alright, trying Cosmic Avenger, 2-button controls. So, okay, there's the fire button number 1. The one on top of the ball drops the bombs. Not bad at all. Looks like I need to clean the leaf switch though for fire button number 1 because it's not responding very well. So I need to take the controller apart and probably clean all the contacts inside. But, you know, at least it works with 2-button games. I like how you can just select a button. I select either a 1 or 2-button game selection there. That's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. So what are my final thoughts on this little joystick? Overall, it's not too bad. I really don't care for the leaf switches in this thing. It does need some cleaning because, you know, the fire button's a little bit intermittent because it's probably dirty from age. The joystick, I tried adjusting the adjustments in the joystick to loosen up the ball a little bit. It's still a little bit too stiff. It does respond fairly well, but again, I just don't really care for the feel of it too much. The dual fire button is kind of nice in the Colecovision. The one on top of the ball, though, is a little bit of a pain to use. I do like the built-in auto fire feature, and I do like the expansion port here to plug in the Colecovision controller to use the keypad. That's a nice little touch. I think if they would have put micro switches in this, it would have been a whole lot better. I don't know if I can modify it or not to put micro switches. I have to research that. But overall, it's a neat controller. I believe it came out sometime around 83, maybe 84. I've been trying to do some research on it. I haven't been able to find any information on this crazy thing. I don't know how much it even retailed for. I couldn't find a price for it either. But it did come with a really nice carrying case, a little leather bag or something like that that said high score on it. I found a picture of that, but I can't use that picture because it doesn't belong to me. But if you go online and look up high score Tournament Master controller, you'll see pictures of the box and also the little carrying bag that it came with to carry this thing around. So overall, it's still a neat controller to have in the collection. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.